Okay, so what we've got here is 2 portions of tallow. So I don't know if you can see the writing on it, but that's half a cup, that's 2 cups. So we've got a little bit over 2 cups. And I had frozen those portions and in like 1 cup portions in the freezer. So I'd pulled these out overnight to defrost. And that's why they look a bit shiny. Now, you don't really need to smash it up, but you know, I'm a little bit OCD with some things. So there you go. Okay, so the KitchenAid mixer is what I'm using here. I'm just showing you the vanilla. That vanilla is available in Coles and Woolworths here in Australia. So look, I think the reality for this recipe is whatever vanilla flavoring you want to use, you should use. Now, I had not made this before, so I did 1 minute, like I would beat it for 1 minute, add some vanilla, taste it, beat it again for a minute, taste it, then add some more vanilla. Look, I ended up adding 5 teaspoons of vanilla. That's why I've just sped all of this up. I like to see it whipping, so that's why I've put the footage in of it whipping. This is just me adding more vanilla paste because I use the little glass bottle and then I use the paste, and I've had that vanilla for about 6 months, so I think I just wanted to get some strong vanilla. I wouldn't need as much. So you just add to taste however much you're going to use. That's me adding another 2 teaspoons to what I'd already added. Ended up with 5 teaspoons of what I have here. But it really is just a taste. And yes, after 5 or 6 minutes of whipping, it was beautiful. And I'm just showing you that texture. One of the ways you can tell is the texture. There's no graininess left. So there was no graininess. I went, yep, I'm now going to pack it all in. Now you're going to see me. That's my offset spatula and my other harder spatula. I always use the bendy spatulas for dealing with bowls. But the offset spatula is really useful to spread things out. Look, this first batch, vanilla, I was like putting some in every single one, as you do. And I'm telling you, that's not the way to go. So after I did that first 12, and then I just went, you know what? You just need to press it right into the mold that you're using. And I decided, you know what? I'm just going to put the big clump on and I'm just going to smush it in. That's a very chefy technical term of smushing. So you can see here, smushing is the new method. So I just get it all in there as best I can. 1 cup fit perfectly in there. Oh, sorry, I had 2 left over, didn't I? That's right. And so this is, I thought I was recording and I wasn't. This is the 2nd cup of tallow, and me trying to get it all off, which is impossible, especially with a fat like that. And then off we go. I put the timer so that you could see this time, and it ended up being 6 minutes. I ended up adding, I've got there 2 teaspoons of coffee flavour, 2 teaspoons of vanilla flavour, but again, you just add whatever flavouring you want. I'm going to try it with chocolate, like cacao, cocoa, and I'm going to do some liquid coffee. I'm going to make a really strong shot of coffee for the next coffee batch because I enjoyed the coffee. I'm still enjoying it. I'm nearly finished it all now. It's fantastic. So here's me just adding more, tasting, because again, I hadn't made the coffee version, so I wasn't sure how much I needed for the taste. So you can see 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes. We'll get to 6 minutes on that. And we did 6 minutes on the other. Again, texture. I'm looking for texture. It doubled in volume. So from 1 cup, I got 2 cups worth of volume out of it. So I tasted it and then decided I wanted to add some vanilla. So my coffee cream has got some vanilla in it as well. But you can do anything, really. You can just do anything depending what flavours you have. Here in Australia, we don't have heaps of flavours, unfortunately. So you sort of just got to go with what you've got, right? So here it is. This is when I decide, yep, I'm not going to try and get it in each individual one. I'm just going to smush it all in. Smushing is the way to go. And even on the finished product, you can see it wasn't as even as it could be. But you live and learn, right? Sometimes you learn and sometimes you grow. Is that the saying? Yeah, so half in there, and it's all good. So good. I'm ready to make my next batch. I just got a whole heap of beef offcuts, and I'm about to divide them up into fat and meat and create tallow and my beef crackle. These are the lids that come with the super cubes. They're amazing. So you can stack everything in the freezer. So good. So it's time to get them all out. So let's do the bags and... Yes, and you're not going to believe it. I've started adding whipped tallow to my cup of... I made a matcha green tea with it last night, and today I'm going to try it with my coffee. It's a crazy ride, but I'm just trying to work out how to increase the fat. So here we go. So time to get them all out. And I tell you what, time is of the essence with this, because they're in the freezer, and whipped tallow, if you like it in the freezer, it melts quick. So I'm just letting you know now, this is not something I would take out with me, these tallow bites. They would not travel well unless you wanted them to be soft, and you would use a teaspoon and you pop them into a container where you could just dig it out with a teaspoon. That would be fine, absolutely fine. But if, like, as a frozen little something you can pick up and eat, I will only be able to do that at home. But it's fantastic. If you had just a big bowl of whipped tallow in the fridge and you were using it, it wouldn't matter. Yeah, so that's all the coffee ones. There was a couple of vanilla squares, and the rest are all the vanilla. I can't wait to make my next batch and make it even better. And so, yeah, I hope you enjoy. I hope you make them and make them your own with your own flavours and really enjoy them. So, these are all the coffee ones, and these are all the vanilla that I made out of 2 cups of tallow. How cool is that? Yeah, that's pretty cool. And I'm gonna bag them up shortly. I just gonna need to take some photos.